All right, you can join us. It's Game 4 of the Western Conference quarterfinals live on 2K Sports. In this game, you'll see the Sacramento Kings against the Portland Trail Blazers. This is Kevin Harlan along with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. And, of course, David Aldridge is joining us tonight from the sideline. So Sacramento will get the first possession.
Back to the congratulations on the victory. There's so much chatter in the sports world, you know, how we do on TV and all this and that about the noise outside the play. All that matters is the group in that room. And there's a lot of experience in that room. What did you all know? What means that? What matters about what you guys did tonight on the Academy side?
He's covered by Gay. No good.
He has to finish, and he knows they're quite the year, especially when it comes to the injury bug. And
the pass to Hastings.
Have a team almost complete. Obviously, we miss our brother Tyree. I mean, we all can imagine what he would do for our team. The sky's the limit even line, but we're so desperate to keep the postseason line. It's a privilege to play basketball this time of year. And I told the guys before the game, I mean, we have nothing to lose. Go out here to free swim and play for each other and play for minded because that's when we're at best. And there's nothing like we have to keep this time of year. It's truly special.
And that's how you finish off.
The second quarter, we just showed the highlights. You were on one. As I'm watching that, it's like, let's see how long the ball's in his hands before it's up in the air. I mean, it's, look, I guess we've been doing it for a while, but you've still got that gear. And when it starts going, what's that like? What are those moments like? It's why you train so hard, year in, year out. Be ready for moments like that. I know I saw one going in, and I got my feet under me. I was going to let it go, so I missed. And luckily for me, I only missed that quarter. I think that just set great. And holding on that lead, obviously, for the rest of the night. No doubt. Now, you and Amy can buy for 50, and there's a bunch of guys that made the fun.
Certainly have a way of giving your team a boost.
The Trailblazers shooting their first free throw tonight.
All the chatter. And what do you lean into players? You had to take on a very talented and young Memphis team on Friday night. And this is what's going to prepare us when we go to Memphis. We know how talented that group is, and they have a great home court. Like you said, Scott, a lot of these guys have a solid experience, and a lot of guys are hungry to have experience like that. And when you combine our young athletes with the veterans we have, we can hopefully continue this season and get ready for new life. We want to give the city of Dallas something to be proud of, at least, especially with their energy and effort. And we're going to go to Memphis and lay it all out there, and that's all we can ask. That'll be electric, too. But you guys have been down this road before, man. Clay, it's always a pleasure to watch you do what you do in division with you, man. Stay well until we talk again. Thanks, Scott. We'll get you a bit of exercise on defense, man. I bet it did.
Yeah, and you know, that's going to be the focus of this timeout. They need to come up with a spark to get the offense going.
I don't really like this. I'm scared. You know what you really said? So I can lock in a low price for 3 years? You mean, yeah? That's let a dog out. Can you hear me now?
What, commercials and shit?
If you're just tuning in, we played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Cousins with a screen on Lillard.
Tonight the Georgia now from Sacramento and Reds. I don't know if you can win a game in the playoffs in the second quarter, but 44-19 and 10-20 from three in that first half for Dallas, leaning on the Reds. Felt like they largely took that building out of it. You were there. Is that a fair assessment?
Cousins throws it down.
Very, very sharp. He turned off the electricity.
I like that he doesn't settle for the layup.
Because one time the change at the end of the first quarter, this place really was starting to erupt And what happened in the second quarter is covered by Gay. What was going to happen for the rest of the night? It wasn't just
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
The Kings trail by 9. Pass to Cousins. Gay inside. Monroe on. And the pass is good. He's got a chance here to one more at the line.
Gay is on the court for a scoring that border set the tone there. That led to their success on the other end of the floor. So no, it's not an over-exaggeration to say that this game was the second quarter and Dallas dominated on both ends.
You know, in talking to Clay, Legs, this team's got championship DNA through a lot of guys. They made a finals run. We all understand who they traded. But in Clay and AD, you've got guys who've done it, right? You got a coach who's done it. And they've also been just decimated by injury, yes, but the group has played together. At some point, they figure out, oh, this team we got. They don't have enough to go to Memphis and not just compete, but potentially win that game. What's your assessment of that?
Yeah, based on what I saw tonight, I mean, defensively, that's what it's going to take against a team like Memphis. It's going to be a little bit of a different challenge for them than what they saw tonight. But Sacramento is not a team that plays with a ton of pace. And it was important in this game against Dallas with the too big to do it. You can't just change your identity overnight, even though you make it a priority. Memphis does play with a lot of pace. They're going to get up the floor earlier against the double big lineup, so it's a different type of challenge. But what I saw tonight out of Dallas defensively, the commitment that they had, how sharp they were with their communication, and how intent they were. They came here to do business, and they want a spot in the big dance. They want a spot in the playoffs. I think, yes, what I saw tonight means they could go on the road and win a game, but it certainly won't be easy against a very good Memphis team. That was super impressive tonight, though.
I'm with you, and I also agree. I think Memphis is going to be a whole different hill to climb, but this is a great building they went into and won tonight. I just want to get your thought on just the overall energy that surrounds this Dallas team, man. We all understand that fan base is wounded, and they are still bitter. But this group, like, what matters is the group. And I think the effort we saw from the group said, look, we get it. Y'all are pissed off. We're trying to play here. How have they managed to sort of tune that out and focus their attention?
And here's Lawson.
Yeah, well, look, I think we're all surprised that we're even in this situation because once Kyrie Irving went down and Anthony Davis was hurt at the time, I think everybody fully expected to see Anthony Davis next year and just get a fresh start. Here we sit over the summer, figure out what roster adjustments they want to make, and proceed with this guy that you acquired and giving up Luka Doncic. But Anthony Davis fought to make it back at the end of the year. And I think in large part he wanted to come out and prove something and prove to people what he is as a player. And he's more than gotten his feet wet now. I thought tonight he looked good. He was aggressive. He didn't shoot the ball particularly well, but he looked like the dominant Anthony Davis on both ends that we know he can be. And so now you look at them and a little bit differently than you did a few weeks ago, getting this guy back and how confident they look tonight. They're used to deep playoff runs. Some of the guys on this roster and playing under bright lights. They're not going to be fazed by what they see on Friday night. I mean, who knows how that game ultimately goes? But I think it was a big statement by Anthony Davis making it back to this point to at least give Dallas a chance to extend their season.
No, we understand that Luka's in LA and Kyrie's injured, but a lot of those guys have played significant important minutes. They got finals. They got a piece of the finals, and I'm sure they don't want to go out after just one win. Legs, appreciate the time. I look forward to visiting you down the road throughout the playoffs, my friend.
It's McCollum on the way.
For sure, Scott. Good talking.
It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. And the layup's good off the glass. Zeller's got the opening field goal of the second quarter for the Kings.
Start checking your outfit first. Thank you, maybe check your outfit first before you do your girlfriend's thing.
Here's
So check outfit first. So if you're 18,
that's good on the assist by a flower.
Pretzel Crust is back at Little Caesars. Stop saying things like, I fight my own family for Pretzel Crust Pizza, whose accent cheese sauce is powerful. Buttery flavored Pretzel Crust is back for $6.99 only at Little Caesars. No fighting required.
About a minute in. And Caspi
More or
kicks to a
less
flower.
confident in Golden State after this game. I will say this.
5 meter.
Yeah.
Very high.
Yeah.
Very close to it. It's not the league is not integral enough a part of the team to win 5. And I think he looks like he's being a good soldier. You just see him fall watching on the bench. But I'm going to be honest, I still have been beating the Rockets, so you know. But a little less. A smidge of speech. Pretty less talented. I don't do the ring. I'm obviously not throwing them overboard, but yeah, a little less. And to use your analogy you made famous with Josh Allen, they are a roller coaster. They really are. Within the game. I mean, first you beat the Lakers, you beat the Nuggets, you beat the Grizzlies 3 straight times within the last month, and then you lose a needed win against San Antonio at home. So they have been a roller coaster, and like you said, within that game last night, you're up 20 in the second half. Looking great. Now, I get it. I think we all expect a run from the opponent. When they got to 12, I was thinking, okay, that was kind of their run. 7, okay, send it off. But they took the lead with 8 minutes left in the game, and that just can't happen. So, one, they are low. It's very low. Their high is very high. So, who are we going to get? That's kind of a mystery with the Wolves. The biggest problem, though, another big problem is, they're too smart. Yes, they're too smart. And you know, I've been reading this drum for a while. The people act like when they were winning those championships, I give them 22 at the kind of small. Luka was playing more though. But when they had Durant and before Durant, they always had an Andrew Bogut, a Zaza Pachulia, a Festus Ezeli, somebody you could just throw in there to have some sense. They have none of that, and they are a good rebounding team. But the last few games, they've been getting crushed on this. He looked like an all-star last night. He was like dominant. Like he was a major factor.
As long as he didn't have to hold on the ball too long.
They do it easy. Yeah, he doesn't. I mean, if he had any ball, he's just trying to get the ball out. It's like a package down on the block. He could be doing damage. So work on that, and something. But his size is a problem for them. We talked about the Lakers. The Lakers like to play small. If they get to the Lakers, maybe that will be better for them. That's going to be the challenge of this season. He's the best rebounding team in the league. That's offensive rebounding team in the league. Who's got a back? So I got him in 6 over the Rockets. But I'm a tad bit a hair less.
So I appreciate and was expecting nothing less from you than honesty there, which is there is no way anyone could have watched that game and felt more confident about the Warriors. You could have felt relieved. You could have felt like, Jesus, we're about to be facing a win-or-go-home game, and then our reward is Oklahoma City, and thankfully we avoided that. But Memphis hasn't beaten a good team since January. Good Western Conference team. They did get one win against Detroit since January. That's it. Right, he's not a contender, but and you got an amazing Jimmy game with some amazing assists by the officials early in the game on Jimmy's back. Ja got hurt. Then the mix of right, but it was also part of the run was the early 2012 and then getting still waiting for Reggie's diagnosis. I think he turned his ankle. And so maybe not. There's no way to tell. Maybe he was taking Advil. Who knows? And you still escape. So I know we're going to do a full-on preview later, but I'm just ready to say right now, Lyles is going to end up being right about the Rockets winning that. Because yes, I think the Rockets are beating. And here's what I took away from the evening. The Rockets are going to be able to play Steven Adams if they want to. And so, I would have thought the Warriors would play Edie off the court. And they would have some success in the but you're right, they obviously didn't play. They play off the court. Edie getting in foul trouble hurt the wristers. And so, I also think, I know we're going to talk Jimmy, and Jimmy is great. Even if we are getting full-fledged playoff Jimmy, 38's not going to be a regular appearance. And so, you had a great Jimmy game. it was kind of perfect timing with the Steph conversation from the other day when you were saying he's not that good historically at game time or game winning shots. But God love him, he's the best I've ever seen at the dagger, just rip your heart out shots. He hit a few of those in that game. He got all of that. I just don't think they have enough reliable players. I trust, obviously, Steph. You obviously trust Jimmy, and you kind of know what you're going to get from Draymond, and a lot of it's good, some of it's not, even though you're going to get from him. But these other, like, coming off their bench, they have two guys who can shoot. Neither one of them you want in your playoff rotation. A second-round rookie in Clinton Post, and Buddy Hield was good, and he was good. I understand. I just don't think very bad. And Hield, he could have been in the Sixers playoff rotation last year. Off the bench can't shoot. One of the reasons I kind of threw out the Bonds performance against the Lakers, which made me was I don't think he's going to be as bad as he was last night, but he's not going to be a guy that goes 6 of 10 from 3. I don't like how this team has looked during the last couple weeks, and they look like, to me, Drew, you know how a lot of times you see a team that's down 30 and then makes a comeback to get to within 5, but can't get over the hump? To me, the post-winning part of the season was like a season-long version where you're 25 to 25, and you spend all this energy to get, flying out of that hole and maybe get into the 4 or 5 line, and right before you get there, you run out of gas, and that's what we're seeing playing out over the last 2 games. And what they're going to have to do, you mentioned all the role things. It's going to be different ones every night or every other day, something like that. Like, it might be Moody, it might be Position, it might be Gary Payton the second. Like, it's going to have to be a different guy or two every, game.
Now Collison. So that'll be it for the first game.
That's Jimmy Butler last season. Regular season, he only played 6 games. Only 2 games or more. Playoffs last game. He is definitely back. This guy raises his playoff average 3 points. 18 in the regular season, 21 in the playoffs. Like Nick said, he's not going to average 38 points a game or even 30. But his play, last night, he was fantastic. He wasn't perfect. He had the late turnover, bad pass, but he was great. He's playing power forward more, drops 38. He can hit a 3 and feels like when he needs to. That's so weird. Yeah, you're right. It's like, but that's when it's important, he seems to be able to hit them. The last 4 games, which they've been kind of playing playoff games, he's averaging 30 points on 60% shooting. He's averaging 13.
Bro, the level just started. It's already getting overrun. I got to